Hello everyone and welcome to this screencast. Today we're going to talk about how learning will be assessed in this course. This video provides a brief overview of the nature of assessment in the course, as well as the types of assessment that you'll be participating in. The first point that I want to emphasize is that the focus of this course is feedback, and not evaluation. What this means is that feedback will take precedence over grades. The grades will come, but they shouldn't be a primary focus. There are three basic principles about assessment that can help with this. The first principle is that assessment should always be meaningful. What this means is that when you receive an assessment, it should ultimately provide you with a better understanding of your understanding and help you to identify what you should be doing next to continue your learning. Meaningful assessment looks different for each person. There's no standard formula that works for everyone, and you have control over how you demonstrate learning. The second principle is that assessment and evaluation are collaborative. What this means is that the teacher isn't the only one who does evaluation. Instead, assessment is a process that involves all members of the learning community. This includes the learner, the facilitator, and the other members of the community. You'll share your work with your instructor as well as with your peers in order to get feedback. Once you have received that feedback, you'll give yourself some feedback by reflecting on your process as it relates to your learning plan, which you also develop. Your mark will be a result of this process. The third principle is that this process is ongoing. What this means is that as you work on your design projects and create artifacts, you will receive continuous feedback on your work from your peers and the instructor. An important point to note here is that you need to actually be doing work in order to receiving feedback on it. You'll also be asked to give feedback to your peers on their work, which helps them in their process. The primary purpose here is to identify what you're doing well, to determine areas for improvement, and to develop a plan for addressing those areas. Essentially, assessment is about growth and development, not about grades. And it's up to you, the learner, to define where you want to go next. Following these principles, I have structured the course around 4 points of assessment. Within each of these areas there are requirements, but there's also a tremendous amount of freedom. Some students find this to be a bit challenging at first, but it's important to keep in mind that this freedom is what makes learning authentic rather than institutional. I'm not going to go in tremendous detail about each of the assessment pieces. For further information, please review the outlines that are available in the course resource library. I do, however, want to make a few quick points about each piece. The first point that I want to make is that the purpose of these assessments is to provide you with a meaningful and authentic opportunity to explore graphic design, digital technology, and learning. The first day that we're going to do this is look at your engagement in the course. This has a value of 20% and involves your participation in synchronous and asynchronous discussions, as well as your involvement in providing critiques on the work of your peers. My advice here is to actually not think too much about it. Just be involved in the course. Contribute to discussions, seek and provide feedback from your peers, and be consistently present in our community, and you'll do fine. The second point of assessment is based on a reflection of your own learning, both inside and outside of the course. This is your design portfolio. It has a value of 25% and involves you sharing reflections on learning experiences that are meaningful to you. My advice for this is to make it authentic. Think of it almost like a journal. Don't create reflections out of thin air. Write what you're doing. Write what you find interesting and the experiences that you're having. You should start at the beginning of the course and continue well after the course is finished. If you wait until the end of the course and just try to slap something together, I'll probably be very sad. The third point of the assessment is the team design project. This is the primary assessment for the course and has a value of 30%. For this piece, you'll be working with a team, created on your own, on a design project for somebody outside of the course. Who that is and what this project will be is going to be determined by your group in the planning stages. My advice for this assignment is to make it count. Pick a project that's fun and that you're interested in, and surround yourself with a design team that will make this a positive experience. The fourth point of assessment is a design challenge where you will be asked to create a learning object. This assessment has a value of 25% and is your opportunity to demonstrate your understanding of graphic design, digital technology, and learning overall. As with the team project, what this looks like is entirely up to you and will determine be determined in the planning stage of the course. My advice for this one is to try something new and stretch yourself a little bit. Go outside of your comfort zone. Pick that one thing that you've always wanted to learn and do it. Learn it. So these are the assessment pieces for the course. As noted, there's a detailed outline for each assessment that can be found in the course library. If you have any questions about the assessments, please post them directly to the outline. Don't email me. The reason is that these outlines are Google documents and they allow you to add comments. So this can help keep us organized and put all of the questions in a consolidated space.